It all starts with the image from the start of the play of the young woman, bedraggled, traumatised, washed up on an unfamiliar shore following a shipwreck. And that image immediately, to me, suggested refugees.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium.
That gave us a point at which to enter the story, which we believe will have a resonance for people today, that they will be able to recognise Viola's story and the situation from the images that they're constantly seeing in the news media. Why is it such an enjoyable play? It's an enjoyable play because it's got a particular combination of beautiful poetry and funny comedy. It's a complicated play. It's got light and it's got dark. It has tragedy, it has grief and loss, but it also has knockabout comedy and plenty of laughs and some distinct silliness. So Illyria is a place where you can laugh and you can cry, and that, I think, makes it a very special and enjoyable play.
What do you think Shakespeare would have made of the refugee crisis?
Well, it's interesting because quite recently, actually, there was a particular document was discovered in Shakespeare's own handwriting, which was part of a speech that he contributed to a play called Sir Thomas More. And in that play, More delivers an impassioned speech calling for people to treat the refugees from Europe at the time, who were the Protestant Huguenots who were fleeing Catholic Europe into Britain, with humanity and decency, and not treat them as outsiders. So perhaps I think the one piece of evidence we have from Shakespeare on that is that he would have been a passionate advocate of treating refugees humanely. It's fascinating when you're in a rehearsal room just how much is familiar in these characters and their situations. Once you get past the barrier of 400-year-old language, they're just people like us today. So there's never any real problem finding a contemporary resonance in Shakespeare's stories. There's always some aspect of it that you can find that seems very familiar to us today.
Aside from the refugee element in the story, I mean, what else does this play have to offer an audience today?
One of the interesting themes that comes out of it is the theme of gender and sexuality. Viola, in order to survive, pretends to be a man. She comes from a society and lives within a society where it is very difficult to be a woman on your own. So in her attempt to buy some time to sort herself out and to survive, she puts on a male identity. And we tend to think of sexuality being a spectrum and gender being a spectrum as a very modern 21st century idea. But in fact, I think it's something that Shakespeare and his contemporaries knew very well and that we're rediscovering now.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? I'll stay in here. Your true love's coming. Then sing, both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journey's end in lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. Every wise man's son doth know.